He's been officially charged. Andrew Tate has been charged, or I guess they call it indicted, but he's been indicted on human trafficking and rape charges in Romania. Now, according to CNN, it says the online influencer Andrew Tate and his brother and 2 Romanian citizens were indicted Tuesday on charges of human trafficking, rape, and setting up a criminal gang, according to a statement from a Romanian prosecutor. The Tate brothers and 2 Romanian female suspects are under house arrest pending a criminal investigation for the abuses committed against 7 women. Accusations have been denied. His first arrest came in the Romanian capital of Bucharest in 2022. They were detained until March. And yeah, we've been kind of following this for a while. I think what I could say at this point, I think Andrew Tate was very aware that charges most likely was going to come. They did all of this. They spent a lot of resources, and I'm not too sure how their system works. Like, for example, in the United States, if they're going to have such investigation into you, it's going to go before a grand jury, and a grand jury is going to make that determination if there's enough evidence to bring you to a trial, right? So it has to be a probable cause. Here, to be honest, I don't know how their process works. So after seeing the whole country expend so much resources in trying to not only keep this guy incarcerated, but trying to like make sure he didn't get out of jail. Give me a second. I simply just have to assume that this indictment was going to happen regardless, even if they still have nothing. And if they have nothing, he'll beat the case. If they do have something, we'll see if it goes the other way. But I think the government would have looked utterly foolish if there was no charges brought at the end of this process after they did all that much. Now, granted, they have what these charges evolved into because they had changed the way they call these charges. Let's go to Rumble. If you get on Rumble, go to Tate's speech, just type it in, and they kind of spoke about their charges for the first time, which I've never seen them speak about it before. Hold on. Or maybe it was actually, I think it was Tristan Tate's interview. So Tristan, he did an interview. I think he did an interview with PBP, and he basically just kind of Tristan Tate. I think this is.
Why did you get
for the experience?
Andrew?
Opposite of mad about it. I'll come down in the morning, 7 a.m. Andrew's at his laptop. We'll go there's an exercise we hate doing. You put 30 kilograms on a burpee bar, on a weight bar. You do a burpee, lift it above your head, and you do 150 times. It's tiring, it's horrible.
Okay.
So I'll do them and I'll say.
Essentially, he had said it was something about TikTok. He said they're locked up literally for some shit we do with TikTok. Let me see if I can find it.
The world with no who take care of them. We were going to do a very serious emergency meeting. Feel compressed. Trials and tribulations, and we understand that God is going to give them to us. And wonderful. Now I could see what the evidence against him was. Show me. And they have to show their cards at that point. So if I go back to jail, or if I don't go back to jail, as I said, I trust the Romanian justice system, but there are miscarriages in justice in every single country in the world. If there is a miscarriage of justice, you will all know the evidence that proved I ran a gang that stole TikTok money, even though I have hundreds of millions of dollars from friends of mine who say that we never stole from them.
Absolutely. And this is very important. Today it's us.
But if any of you want to live the life that you're hoping to live, if any of you want to truly be people who are free and sovereign and free of mind and free of geographical area, and you want to be able to do what you want and say what you want, and even if you're a good person and you believe in God and you help people and you donate money to charity and you do all these good things and they still don't like you, you have to understand, you're not just supporting us. You're literally protecting yourself for the future, because we're getting to a level of insanity now where nobody is safe.
Yeah.
The BBC and Lucy with their story.
I'm so confused about this case because, again, there's no central place where you could go read an actual charging document. And maybe it is, but it's probably translated in a different type of language, right? What language they speak in Romanian? So I'm hearing two different stories. Like, when I read all these like reports that come through Reuters and all that shit, it says, yo, they're charged with, look, just even look how CNN words it. They're charged with human trafficking, rape, and setting up a criminal gang. When I hear it from Tristan Tate, yo, they just think we finessed a couple chicks out of their TikTok money. That seems like two different things. Like, rape is rape. Human trafficking is human trafficking. This criminal gang shit, like, obviously we have RICO charges in the U.S., so it's like, that's like a floating thing to do with any type of organized crime. So I don't know what that means in Romania, but those are supposedly the allegations or what they're being charged with. But Tristan says, no, they think we have a gang that finessed women, and maybe that's where the human trafficking comes in. Because apparently human trafficking, let me look at the definition of human trafficking. Human trafficking. What the fuck? This hotline just popped up. The fuck going on? Yo, a hotline popped up and Google popped up a thing saying, what's your location? What the fuck? Oh, nah. Let me get off this site before they think there's some other shit, gang. Human trafficking is a recruitment, transportation, transfer, or harboring or receipt of people through force, fraud, or deception. I think people like my like, antiquated, just ignorant way of thinking about human trafficking is like, yo, a white truck pulls up, they open the door, they throw some bad chicks that was walking away from the bar or whatever the kid. They throw some girls into a vehicle and kidnap them type shit, right? Fucking duct tape them and fucking put some shit over their eyes. The next time they wake up, they're in fucking Zimbabwe, niggas. And then the guy said, yo, if you want to get back home, you got to sell some pussy and we'll let you go free at a certain point. That's what I'm thinking human trafficking is, right? But apparently it's more nimble than that, right? It doesn't have to be through like force. It could be through fraud or deception. Now, the fraud or deception part gets interesting because with deception could be just lying, right? Now, here's the thing, and this is what I was always trying to like understand and listen to like the Tates to understand what they were doing. From what I got, and this is my interpretation of what I'm listening to like Tate. They said, yo, we definitely lied to some chicks now. Of course we lied to girls, but we lied to them to fuck them. We never lied to them about what they were coming to do to work, right? Now, apparently some of these girls would come over because they were in love with these guys. They call it like, the fans or whoever call it like the lover boy method. Dudes lie to girls all the time. Like, yo, I'm in love with you, baby. Come on. Like, yeah, they're trying to fuck or whatever. Now, I guess they're saying the coercion or the deception kind of turns into, it's not only you're trying to just have sex with her, so you lie to her, right? Or you kind of like make her feel like you're in love with her. You now kind of have this spell over her, and now she's in a foreign country where she's uncomfortable. You kind of tell her like, hey, baby, I think you should get on this webcam company with me. You should start selling your body. We could make some business out here. So she don't really want to do it, but like, like she's under this deception that this is what, I don't know. I'm just trying to think out loud with this shit. With the aim of exploiting them for profit. So I guess if you lie to a chick and you just fuck her, that's not it, right? Well, I can't even say that because, women cry. if you lie about loving a girl, right? Let's say you lied like, yo, baby, I love you, but you don't. You end up fucking her. As long as she consents to you fucking her, that's not human trafficking, right? Like, even if she went to another country to see you, right? It's only when you're now using the lie to turn a profit. So now if you're saying, baby, you know, I love you, yo, let's go do these things, which might be criminal in nature or could gain you a profit. I guess that's what it is. I'm thinking out loud here, people. Men and women and children of all ages from all backgrounds could be victims of this crime, which occurs in every region of the world. The traffickers often use violence or fraudulent employment agencies and fake promises of education and job opportunities to trick and coerce their victims. I seen somebody in the chat say, well, there's a part of this that said that, like, if you can't leave. Well, could these women leave? Were they allowed to leave? Like, that's another thing I've been confused about in this case. Every time I've heard the Tate's talk, they said, yo, these girls could go wherever they want. They were like, yeah, there's times that they wanted to go into town. Because we have security at the house, we'll send the security with them. But it was never like, oh, yo, you can't run away. But it looks like that's what the government was alleging. Like, yo, they couldn't leave. Where's the evidence? I guess we're going to see it because they got charged. Somebody says, Andrew Tate is also, well, not, this is CNN. Andrew Tate has been charged with raping one of the victims, while his brother Tristan has been charged with instigating others to violence. That's a vague description of Tristan's allegations. He's been charged with instigating others to violence. They do Tate speech. They say every man needs to be able to protect themselves. They say every man needs to be able to stand up for their country or their community or their household. Is that instigating to violence? I'm just thinking out loud here, people. I don't know. I don't know nothing about nothing. The Tate brothers will appear in Bucharest court Wednesday morning, 11 a.m. according to CNN affiliate Antenna 3. The court would then discuss their preventive measure or house arrest and set a date for the trial. Under Romanian law, the case will be sent to the court's preliminary chamber, where a judge has 60 days to inspect the case files to ensure legality. Prosecutors have said the Tate brothers recruited their victims by seducing them. I bet y'all can see it. Seducing them and falsely claiming to want a relationship or marriage. The Tate brothers' legal team said it will embrace the opportunity to fight in court and present arguments and evidence to prove they're innocent, according to a statement obtained by CNN affiliate, whatever. Okay. The legal team specifies that the referral to the case to the Bucharest court, the judge will set a hearing, and where they communicate the indictment to the defenders chosen by Andrew and Tristan, or set a deadline for communicating the indictment by post. At the same hearing, the judge will discuss whether a preventive measure against the defendants is necessary. The main objective will be to establish the truth and ensure a fair and impartial legal approach by presenting evidence and proof of the case. The referral of the case for a trial will allow us to present. Okay. All right. Jeez. The demeanor I got from Tate was that he was open to this going to trial, mostly because it was going to be something where the evidence had to be presented. Things would be more black and white and clear rather than in this gray area of investigation and holding you. Like it feels like kind of imprisoning you while they do an investigation that could be going on for forever. By the way, I think the clock was about to strike. So some people were like, oh, they knew they were going to be indicted. Well, I think they knew a decision was going to be made because remember, they had 6 months to complete this. So 180 days since their arrest, the prosecutors had to announce intent to go forward or pretty much just leave this alone. And essentially, what's 180 days about? It's about 6 months. We're in the 6th month right now. Yeah, it makes sense. Makes sense why the decision's coming out. All right, cool. Let's get on to the Melly stuff. So welcome to Melly